What's up, my pasty princess?
Had that one in the chamber, huh? Just been waiting on that one. Just been waiting to let that one go, didn't you?
I've been waiting about 20 seconds. The second I came up with it, I was like, oh, baby, wait till their image pulls up. Wait till it comes. Um, are you
I
good?
got
Do
my,
you need
got my.
some?
No, I'm ready, fam. I got my Kraken shit on. They was like at work. We had like a Seahawks party on Friday, and I was like, "Y'all know damn well I ain't got no Seahawks jersey in my fucking closet." And I wore I have like a Seattle Storm jersey. I said, "This is good as it's gonna get." Super Bowl. I wore my Kraken jersey. I'll wear some Seattle shit, but I ain't wearing no Seahawks shit, bro. It's one football team being represented in this fucking house. You know what I'm talking about?
What's a kraken?
It's that thing in the sea, in from Pirates of the Caribbean, the big with the tentacles. It's like a giant squid that like kills everybody on the ship. Yeah, that's the Kraken.
Sounds cool. Well, also you said Caribbean, not Caribbean. Um, which one is that? I don't know. No, I'm serious. I don't know how it's pronounced. Is it
It's
like
both. It's both. It's both.
what sounds
Caribbean.
cooler? I feel like in the movie, it's like biopic and biopic. Like I feel like you were fancier saying biopic. I feel like when you say Pirates of the Caribbean, you got to say Caribbean instead of Caribbean. But I could be wrong. Welcome to episode 49 of Long Lost Pals, our Tremaine Edmonds episode. Um,
Hey, I fuck with him.
was he a
We had
former Steeler too?
I don't know if we had Tremaine. We had Terrell. We had his brother. We had Terrell Edmonds, who again, fuck, who does he play for?
No idea. I just know options for number 49 are very limited, but I did
Yeah,
find
I can see
out
that.
through my research because I remembered Edmonds, but I thought his name was Chase Edmonds, so I had to like relook some stuff up. Carl Weathers, RIP, aka Chubbs Peterson, aka Apollo Creed, who you say you didn't watch the
Oh,
Rocky movies. I guess he played in the NFL for like one season or something like that, and he was number 49 back in the day. So shout out to Carl Weathers, man. Great actor. Before we get started with the segment show, before we get started, episode 49, I had a random question pop in my mind the other day, and I need to
all
ask you this question before we commence with the episode. And that question is, who do you think is the coolest person that's ever lived, or who do you think is the coolest person you've ever seen? Like, if you looked up in the dictionary and you looked up cool,
right.
who would you see in that dictionary? And I don't want you to think about this for a super long time. I just want you to think of who
I
do
have
you.
an answer.
Go ahead.
It's Lenny Kravitz.
I love you. That's the exact answer. That is the
No
answer. What?
way. That's who you were thinking of.
Did we just become best friends? Did we just become long lost
High
pals?
five, buddy.
Oh, that is the. Oh
Lenny
my
Kravitz.
God.
That's the only guy who can wear a fishnet shirt with leather pants at the fucking gym. He's just a fucking rock star. He's a fucking rock star.
You can't see it. I got goosebumps right now. Like the fact that you had
Yeah.
literally anybody in existence to say and you guessed
Don't
my
need,
answer.
don't need that much time. Don't need
But
that much time.
God, you're the best. All right, so we were like, we talked about recently how Spotify had like, how they give you the music video option. So I'm just playing some shuffle of music, and again came on by Lenny Kravitz, and I was like, of course I want to watch the video. Why would I want to watch Lenny Kravitz? And everything that happens, he's like showing up to this bar. He's like, I was like, oh, Lenny Kravitz didn't strike me as a beer guy. This guy's drinking a beer at the bar with a shirt that looks like it's been cut up personally by his own pair of scissors. And then there's a part he takes his shirt off. He's got two hooped nipple piercings. I'm like, not for me, but on you, that looks sick. Like, do I need to get my nipples pierced?
That's
And
yeah.
there's the point. For some reason, they show his ass, like the side profile of his ass. He's like getting. I'm like, I'm not mad about him. A little too much, but I'm like, everything about this guy rules. I was like, do I need to wear a cut up shirt and get
He's
my
just
nipples pierced? I'm like, what is
he's a
happening?
and that's the epitome of cool is when you see somebody who is doing things that you didn't think that you could do, but they make you want to fucking do it. And you know the kids are all talking about aura and or you got the aura. That's the aura fucking originator. That's the guy right there.
He's up there with me. I was like thinking about like with Prince, like you know, how Prince like
Same, similar, very similar.
very similar. I feel like Lenny Kravitz, if he wanted to, could turn a lot of straight men gay. For a second, I
Yeah,
saw his ass. I'm like, am I bad about this? I don't think so. I mean, if I got to see an ass, it might as well be Lenny Kravitz.
yeah. He's
But if
probably doing them squats. I could see that. He probably, yeah, it's probably really toned.
If I show up with nipple piercings before the next episode, you know why. I've been inspired by Lenny Kravitz. But this is a show of segments, and we will get started. The first segment, oh, I'm Joey. I don't know if we ever did that part. I was too
Yeah.
distracted by the fact that you said the one correct answer. This, I
Yeah.
don't even want to record. Can we just quit? Like that was all we needed to do. That was all we needed to establish.
We're long lost pals. We're in sync like that. We're symbiotico
We
and
both want to
good
make
night,
out with Lenny
America.
Kravitz. Oh,
Good night.
sorry. Sorry, I said that out loud.
Yeah, that's Joey. I'm Corinne.
And we're going to get started. And the first segment we're going to do is the best and worst of. The best and worst of is a chance to go over the best and worst things that happen in a given year. We have four parts to this segment. We're doing the year 2020 this year. So, what we do, the four categories, we do the worst release movie, worst song, worst sports moment, and worst piece of miscellaneous pop culture news. I was just listing worst, but because this is the best and worst, we do the best and the worst clearly. So Corinne, you are the no, you are not the positive person this week. I am the positive person. So it's time for me to do my damnedest to make this year seem great, even though 'twas not. 'Twas not for
Even
many
though the
reasons.
worst is about to overshadow all of that
A
shit.
lot of shit happened this year.
You probably had to really dig for some of this shit.
Let's go with movies. So the worst or the best movie of this year. So underrated movie that I thoroughly enjoyed. Palm Springs. I think it was like an Amazon Prime original movie. Andy Samberg. It was like
Hulu. It's a Hulu
Hulu.
original.
Yeah, I'm not completely familiar about Ground. I think I saw Groundhog Day like one time with Bill Murray. He's like relives the same day over and over again.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact like storyline of Palm Springs, but it's a similar thing. Like Andy Samberg. I don't know, but it was an entertaining movie, so worth a watch. That was a random one that came out that year. Uh, I love me some Pete Davidson. You're a hater, but I think he's authentically himself, and I like a lot of work he does. You
When did I
disrespected
hear?
him. You
When did I
disrespected
hear
him a
Pete Davidson?
while
When
ago.
did I say? What did I say about
Pull
him?
the footage, baby. You're talking about all
What?
these women who date him, and you were making it seem like he
Oh,
was, which is fair. That's we're not outside of
he's not
that,
an
but
attractive guy.
he's one of the people I thoroughly enjoy because he seems authentically himself at all times. Like you want to talk about cool from a different regard, like not like Lenny Kravitz, but I just appreciate his authenticity and his transparency a lot of times with what he's going through in life.
I'm
Um,
not gonna lie. I watched King of Staten Island, like his movie, and I was like, damn, this is actually a fucking great movie. Like he was really funny and charismatic in the movie, and I was like, I understand. Like I understand. I
I
get it.
I
But
thoroughly
he's not attractive. I'll stand by that. He's not attractive.
He's not Lenny Kravitz. And then the second Quiet Place came out this year. You know how I feel about those movies. We've discussed them like a
Anger.
million times. Um, but I think I got to go with I'm going Borat subsequent movie film. So the second Borat movie. I'm not a huge fan of the Borat movie, like the first one. But did you ever see this one, Corinne?
No, I didn't fucking watch
You
Borat.
need to because it's like honestly, no, it's a very timely. I'm not even playing right now. Like it's actually this one is because it's during like I think they film it during the second Trump like campaign for the 2020 election, and you just see like it's just an interesting perspective because you see like a lot of the people who are voting for Trump because that's like a lot of the target that he's picking on this
Mm,
whole movie, and some
mm,
of you are like, man, some of these people aren't bad people. They're just very very dumb. Like there's a period of time where he like runs into these like fucking rednecks who seem like nice, caring people. They let him live with them for a little while, like not knowing who he is, and they're just like believing all the QAnon shit. And they're like, they're just dummies, and this is the
yeah.
population he's preying on. But
Yep.
it also like shows you like the dark side of America and how people will do anything to get paid. Like there's a
Yeah.
period of time where he's acting like he's like trying to buy a cage at some point. He's like pretty much saying, can a woman fit in here? And this guy's like still selling it to him. And I'm paraphrasing here. It's been five
Yeah.
years, 6 years since I've watched this movie, but something like that. And the guy's like, oh yeah, you can use this. So pretty much they could be assisting serial killers for all they know, still doing it. There's a point in time we asked some lady to write something. I don't know if it was like anti-Semitic or if it was like racist. He asked them to write something on a cake for him, and she's gonna
They did
write it
it,
on there for him. And it's like this is like a Dallas area business too. But what is
of
great is
course.
he catches up Rudy Giuliani in real time, like essentially about to do some terrible things with a girl who's supposedly underage, who's not in real life, but like a foreign reporter. You need to check it out. Like again, it's been a
Bro,
while, but
what?
it's pretty eye-opening and it's an interesting movie besides like the tacky comedy and stuff. Like it's actually like timely and I think it's worth a watch. So check that out if you have a chance. There's
The
also a
worst,
very gross scene, but we don't need to get into that.
of course. The worst, the worst movies that came out of this year. Fuck. Sorry, I'm still trying to get rid of this fucking cough. Worst movies that came out this year. I'm going with Wonder Woman 1984. Gal Gadot. It pains me to say this because she's so hot, but fuck her. She's trash. One of the lowest rated Marvel movies. And I actually did watch it. I'm not. We've talked about Marvel before.
Is it
Uh,
rated higher than Melania?
Everything is rated higher than Melania. We should have covered that on Quick News or on News Network. It has a 57 on Rotten Tomatoes. So yeah, fuck that movie. It was trash. The other movie that I did want to comment on was did you see the original Craft, The Craft, about the witches and shit?
No.
90s. Banger of a fucking movie. Of course you didn't watch it because you hate women. Anyways, they remake it this year. They
The
remake
first
it
name's
this year.
Wonder Woman.
I'm talking over you. They remake it this year and they completely fuck it up. And I just wanted to mention it because we've been talking about reboots and how they fucked them up for the past couple of weeks. Talked about the Tomb Raider reboot, the Mummy reboot, the fucking Craft reboot. It's just another one in the fucking bucket of misses.
Another one
Honestly,
bites
I
the dust.
wish we were still going with this theme for the next couple of episodes because I would definitely bring up the Mean Girls reboot as
Well, time out because I think we should. I know season two, our last episode is episode 50, but I feel like we should ride this out until we catch up to current year. I feel like we should do this through 2025. We can still do our initial plans for season three, but I feel like we need to catch up to current time. It'd be
okay. That's
weird to
fair.
just stop at 2021.
That's
We can
fair.
discuss this at a later date. So don't give away too many. Well, they're all free takes. Who are we kidding? But don't give away too much. Is she a bad person though? The Wonder Woman?
Gal
She
Gadot.
yeah.
Yeah, she's like she was like one of the because I think that she is Israeli, and so she was like, I'm supporting Israel basically, and was like, fuck Palestine. So everybody's like, bitch, fuck you, free Gaza.
I definitely was pronouncing her name Gal Gadot this whole time, like in
That's
the mo
fine.
yeah.
That's
But
fine. Doesn't matter.
also didn't see that movie. Marvel movie,
Good.
correct?
Yeah,
Too
good.
many of
Yep.
them. We've
No, wait,
discussed
it's
that before.
DC. It's DC. It's DC. My bad.
Only
Wonder Woman.
DC worth a damn is Batman. I don't give a shit about the rest of that stuff.
What about
TBH.
Suicide Squad?
Uh, I tried to watch one of them shits. My boy Pete Davidson was in one. They kill him in like the first 30 seconds.
Oh, he was. He was in the Snyder cut. The
A
the
funny
one
character too. Yeah, I watched like 30 seconds of that, and then I didn't finish it. What's the worst song from 2020?
the Tootsie Slide by Drake.
Oh,
This was a time, honestly, and I realized I started like really looking into his music after this point because I was digging through this and I was like, this is when his music really started taking a dive, was in 2020. Like this fucking song was so trash. It was just clearly a grab for a TikTok trend. Like he wanted to do a little dance so that he could get people listening to the song because this is when TikTok is like because everybody starts doing quarantine, so everybody's doing the TikTok dances and TikTok is moving right now. And he shits this garbage ass song out, knowing that he can't fucking dance. The dance was whack. The song was whack. Every video that I saw, I was like, turn this shit off, bro. This is such a fucking lame grab to make a viral dance trend. It's so fucking it's just a fucking like what a fucking ick. Oh god, yeah, what a terrible song. What's the best song of this
so
year?
I don't even know. I don't even know the dance. And like again,
Trash.
I can't argue with you in the points you made about the grab and like we've talked about how he just feels incredibly inauthentic and everything.
Yeah.
Just as he does is kind of lame. I rather enjoyed that song. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's a couple. I enjoyed it. Like there's a couple like you were talking about like oh yeah I had to listen to these Drake songs and you listen to some ones I'm like these hoes suck and this is another reason why music is so subjective.
Yeah.
I dare I say the most subjective thing on the planet. Like music is so wild,
I
but
mean, art is
yeah,
subjective period.
that's fair. And we separate our art from our politics.
Well,
Like
we
your
know
girl
you
Sydney
do.
Sweeney. No,
We
that's
know you do.
fan club president. Ask her when Euphoria comes out, season three. So my favorite. This was we talked about this Biebs album before. I already forgot the name of it, which I should have known because we talked about.
Journals.
No, that was like
No, it was way
2013 or
after
something.
journals. Yeah.
This is like to me, this is Pete Biebs right here. But Yummy, fantastic song. I went back and forth. between that and Intentions by Biebs because I like both those songs. Intentions is the one with Quavo, but I feel like I listened to that. I feel like I was like very late on that one, but that's also a banger of a song. That album, I'm telling you, if you like want to listen to
Oh,
some
I'm gonna turn it on tomorrow. I swear, I'm gonna turn it on tomorrow.
Peak Beebs and let me know what you think. Like, give me a song by song analysis. But I loved Yummy Man. I was like, this song is like kind of terrible, but I vividly remember. Like, I was in the middle of like I was in my second year of teaching while getting my master's degree. I had like zero free time on the weekend. I was doing like homework the whole time, and I remember I would just be doing homework at our kitchen table when I was living with Des and I had first started living together. And I just remember the amount of dance breaks I would take, getting up from like doing work I should be doing and dancing on that song. Uh, kind of it's a banger. It's a banger. I'm going with
I
Yummy
I'm
by the
not gonna
Beebs.
lie, didn't like
Um,
Yummy. Didn't like that one.
it's fun. Music, most subjective thing in the world. Art.
100% subjective. Art,
Um,
subjective.
sports moment. A lot of this was derailed by I'm sure what's going to be your miscellaneous news. Maybe not. But I'm going with LeBron wins his fourth ring. A lot of sports were put on pause. Niners lost the Super Bowl this year. It was
Oh, this
also
was
the
the one.
And it was also the Chiefs' first Super Bowl. I would like to point out too, this is not a Chiefs hat. Corinne said this earlier. This is Austin Beer Works. This is
Yeah,
not a
because it
Chiefs
looks like
hat.
an arrowhead. I mean, it is
It
an
is an
arrowhead.
arrowhead, but that doesn't have to be synonymous with the Chiefs. Native Americans existed before the NFL, Corinne. I don't know if you knew that. Um, that's what Corinne thinks. But anywho, she also was like, "Why did they have to change the name of the Washington football team?" That's what she said. Now,
That is not.
this
Do
is
not fucking spread that shit.
a
I did
side
not
text. She's
say
like, "The
that.
Cleveland baseball team. Why did they change that name?"
I did
Um,
not say these things.
But LeBron wins his fourth ring. It was the bubble championship. People want to hate on it, and people can nitpick these things and tear them apart just depending on what side of it you want to be. If you're not a LeBron fan, if you are a LeBron fan, I kind of do the same thing with baseball. It was a shortened season. The Dodgers won. I hate the Dodgers, so I was kind of like, oh, that championship doesn't count. It was like the first one since the 80s. But I say LeBron's counts. So just get you some closer ring wise to Kobe and Jordan, which are his biggest competition in barbershop style debates. I wouldn't know. I don't go to the barbershop. I cut my own hair. But I love me some LeBron. His fourth championship and his third different team. I'm going with that.
Who is he playing for?
Lakers. That was his
Oh, okay.
first and only championship with the Lakers, and they eliminated the Rockets in that run. But that was when James Harden was on the way out, and it was kind of like a sadder Rockets team, a playoff team, but a sadder Rockets team. Last
Has he
Rockets playoff team
been
for a while.
has he been on the Lakers since? Because I know he's on the Lakers now.
I think he
Did
went
he
to
leave
the
at one point?
when they went to the Lakers like 2018. I think it was only like his second or third season with the Lakers. They traded for Anthony Davis like his second year. And I think that was
But
their
has he left the Lakers since then? Is what I'm asking.
No, he's
Okay.
probably going to leave them next year and do like a retirement tour, which is the word on the street. But this is probably his last year
Okay. All
with
right.
them.
Worst sports news. I'm going with Kobe's death and that whole helicopter crash or plane crash or that debacle that
Helicopter, yeah.
him and his daughter and what it wasn't it his daughter's team his that he coached, right?
I think don't quote me on this. I think the person who was piloting the helicopter was another dad of one of his daughter's teammates. And I think it was just a handful of people that were involved with his daughter's team.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, so I'm going with that. I still remember that day. I was literally hanging out with my homeboy. We were watching a game because it was like in January, February. So like the playoffs were still going on. My team was still fucking playing. And I remember we were at the game and everybody's phone is just like bing, 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 shit going off. So yeah, I'm going with that.
Terrible.
Obviously shook the fucking nation because Kobe is an impactful person. But yeah, so that's what I went with.
I had
I
a
think
poster of him and Shaq in my bedroom at 9 years old, man. I wasn't even a Lakers fan, but they made being a Lakers fan cool when I first started watching basketball at 9 years old. That was the worst.
what you got
Um,
for best miscellaneous news of 2020.
I mean, I typically let you go since you just did the last one, but I can go first if you would like. The best news was Joe Biden and Kamala saving us from, 4 years of Trump, kind of. I mean, we're getting our dosage now, and I feel like this has just made him even worse. Like I almost wonder if he would have just done the two back to back, if he would have been so burnt out that he wouldn't have been as extreme as he is now. I feel like this just gassed him up for all this shitty stuff that he's doing right now. So at the time, it felt like a nice break, but then America just disappointed us again, and we got this idiot right back. But shout out to them for the 4 year hiatus from him.
Yeah,
Wasn't ideal,
you're
wasn't great, wasn't the best president we had, but baby, we've had worse. We've had
yeah,
worse twice.
we have it
Two
right
out of
now.
three times we've had worse.
Yeah. You made that comment on News Network a second ago, and I'm like, you know what? And maybe if he would have just won in 2020, we might not be dealing with him
Gotta wipe
right
our hands of this
now.
man.
We wouldn't
Although
be dealing with him now, and that is a very fair point.
maybe we never would have. Maybe we would have never. Maybe we would have been done with JD Vance too. Maybe he would have never made it to this level.
Right.
Had
Yeah. Yeah. Worst miscellaneous news. Gotta say the obvious. COVID hits.
that happened that year? I thought you were talking
That's
about something else.
shuts down the fucking world. Obviously, I know a million Americans died, and on top of all of this, we have the stupidest fucking man in office running and handling the pandemic for our country specifically. Everybody else is going through, these lockdowns, and they're trying to figure it out, and they're sanitizing all the shit. This fucking dumb fuck got the fucking, he's got the bars open, the clubs open, the restaurants open, and all the shit. A lot of people died. A lot of people were fucking like whoever didn't die was just psychologically damaged enough to
For sure.
still be dealing with the fucking repercussions now. Like we're all still reliving that shit now. So yeah, that's got to be the worst news of 2020.
All you have to do is inject hand sanitizer in yourself, and it should help you. I believe that.
Bro,
I believe.
he got on television and said, inject yourself with bleach. What a fucking dumbass. I
What a time that was. Also, I was disappointed when you did worst movie. The movie based upon JD Vance's book came out
The
that
Ill
year.
Bill Elegy.
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, wait, is this the one that's based on his book?
Also, I forgot to say music too. Big year for the Turning Point halftime show lineup because I had never heard of these people, and they must have peaked this year, which is why I don't know who they are now because like three of the headliners from this, not Kid Rock, but the other
Yeah,
one,
bangers.
I was like, damn, okay, I see y'all all up and down this 2020 list. No wonder the fucking world was ending. These trash ass shits were in the top 100. But that wraps up. Um, best and worst of
The
2020. I already
worst.
forgot what we were doing. We are now going to move on to our next segment,
This
which
episode is
is
gonna be 45 minutes long, bro.
start bench. That was a long one. Start bench cut. Start bench cut is a sports metaphor that essentially has us rank three people or things uh, in a given category. Star is our top choice. Bench is our backup, and cut is the one we would get rid of if given the chance. Each week we alternate. I say each. Each week we alternate who chooses a topic and the three options. Um, this week it was my turn. It was a little difficult for me, and I like literally deleted a message I sent to Karrin because I backtracked a few times. I wanted to do like girl groups, and then I was like, no, this is kind of eh. And then I was like, I'm gonna go with girl pop singers from the early 2000s. I was like, there's nobody on par with Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears. It's gonna be too easy. And then I was like, I'm gonna go boy bands, and I was like, there's nobody with Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. I was like, I didn't want it to be too obvious, although I feel like this one still might be. I'm interested to see what we come up with. The this week we're doing girl groups and we're doing Destiny's Child, we're doing TLC, and we're doing Spice Girls. And I understand Spice Girls is kind of a different genre, but that was like the three biggest girl groups I could think of. I almost did 3LW. I talked to Corinne about my affinity for No More by
No
them. It's
more.
like one of my favorite songs of all time, legitimately. But I was like, I feel like two of those girls are more well known for doing Cheetah Girls than anything. So I feel like that would be an unfair lineup. So those are our three choices. And Karam, whenever you got a chance, we do our cut first. Who are you cutting from this squad of girl groups?
I just want everybody to know that when he sent me these, I sent him a gif of somebody slapping somebody else and said, how fucking dare you? How fucking dare you make me choose between all of these queens? I hate that I had to do this. I had to cut the Spice Girls. I had to get the Spice Girls. I had to get the Spice Girls. I had to do it. Honestly,
Not our girls.
only, and
We're
I
never going
I
to that
know,
concert now.
and we're gonna see them in the fucking sphere
No,
whenever
we're not
they
because
get.
people don't like us anymore because you're a fake fan. Go ahead.
I literally just had to cut them off the fact that they just did not have the run, like the length of time. They were only together for 4 years before, shit started falling apart. They blah blah blah. They were from 96 to 2000. They just literally do not have the discography to hold up to the other two. That's the only reason. Those are my fucking girls. love them down, bro. Those first two albums, we know all of them shits. But that third album, we don't know nothing off of that motherfucker. And I was like, man, I gotta just cut them off of just the numbers alone, bro.
Graham was fed up with the Brits stealing our jobs, stealing our spots on the charts. Um, I feel like I'm gonna do my cut. I feel like it's a victim of circumstance, honestly. I'm glad we're not doing the exact same order because I was fearing that that was gonna be the case. 'Cause I'm sure our start's gonna be the same one. I am cutting TLC, and again, a victim of circumstance. Again, white man, grew up in a white household. My parents were not listening to TLC, so
Yeah,
I did not hear their albums. Like I didn't know they had an album in 1992. I didn't know. Is it Crazy Sexy Cool? I believe it is. I didn't know that
banger.
came out in 1994. I know some songs from that album. I didn't know that shit was that old. I was 4 years old. My parents were not listening to that shit. Like a lot of their discography, I missed because just the time frame I grew up in and being a white person with middle-aged white parents. That's just what it was. But they have some obviously some great singles. I think if someone was like, "Hey, you have a month." Study the albums of all these people, rank them. The R&B person that I am, they would probably be second on my list.
They
But
make good music. Like nobody's
yeah,
arguing that.
but based upon like what I've heard versus like the other things that happened in my life and how relevant it was to my life at different stages, I just can't give them anything but a cut. Shout out to Chili, randomly dating Matthew Lawrence now. You know who that is? Apparently they've been dating for a while.
No, who's that?
You ever seen the show Brotherly Love back in the day? Or did you ever watch Boy Meets World?
I kind of remember Boy Meets World, but I
So he's
wasn't.
Jack from Boy Meets World, and the show Brotherly Love was actually like starring three brothers that were different ages, and they like I don't remember what the storyline was, but some random like childish actor from like the 2000s, white guy. I guess he and Chili have been dating for a while, and I
Good
just
for
found out
him.
about this like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, this is the most random couple of all time, but I fully support it. My bench, aka my second option. I gotta go with the Spice Girls, which I'm sure, I'm sure
Yep.
TLC is gonna be your bench. But
Yeah.
um, talk about victim of circumstance for TLC. Where I was living at the time when Spice Girls were at their peak was a place that was very Spice Girl friendly. I was living in the UK during that time period, so it was like, yeah,
So
that was
gay.
like the time when they were thriving. Like, what a time to be alive. Had I not been 8 years old, I'm sure I would have been in the club. Yeah, 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 just jamming out to the
Spice
Spice
up your
Girls.
life.
I would have been spicing up my life, you know what I'm saying? But had I not revisited their album for the test of time recently, maybe they wouldn't have gotten my bench. But we listened to that album. I almost automatically demoted them off Lady is a Vamp alone. That song's so goddamn bad that they almost deserve to be cut for forever and cut from our memories. But nah, man, they got some solid bangers like Viva Forever, man, to this day. Thank God we did that segment because it introduced me to a fantastic song. And they got a list and they got some range too, man. But just because of different circumstances, Spice Girls are going to be my bench.
Bro, when I was going through the track listings of their albums and I see Viva Forever, I was like, damn, this is a bad Viva
I'll be waiting.
Forever. Yeah, I did. I bitched TLC just honestly, and it's just because like nobody's touching Destiny's Child when I still think like today they're like the most
Just
like
get
the
into your
highest.
start because this is essentially your start now too.
Let's just get into Destiny's Child because you could not turn the radio on between 1999 and 2000 and what 8 without hearing a banger of a fucking Destiny's Child
You
song.
definitely
I'm
went too
talking
many
about
years. There's probably 5 or 6 or 4 even, but
no,
I
no,
get what you're
no,
saying.
no. Because even the songs that came out in like 04, 05, we're still listening to Survivor in 08. We're still listening to fucking Cater to You and Bootylicious in
Soldier.
2008. Uh,
You gotta know the hardest to run.
come on, bro. I'm walking with purple hearts on me.
You
You're
talking to the
talking to the
sergeant.
sergeant. Get just wrap it the fuck up, bro. And I think that it's still like the number one girl group of all fucking time. Like nobody's fucking seeing them, bro. Nobody's seeing them, bro. You know what it is. You know what time it is.
I mean, it's a rarity. Let me tell you, we're at a 10-minute warning already. We are going hard
Fuck.
on all this.
We
Yeah,
gotta
we do.
fly.
But let me just say,
Wrap it
like,
up.
give me a couple seconds on why they're
Go.
my start too. I know. I'm just saying. I like when you go on Spotify and it shows their top 10 songs. The fact that like eight of them are actually songs I listen to, and then I feel like I need to explore their albums more because like songs like T-shirt that I don't think were on the radio and stuff. Like I need to revisit their album from like I think it's like 2004. Banger after banger after banger.
That one
Beyonce.
is the one that has like "Cater to You" on
Yep.
it, and
Beyonce and Kelly
and
both
like
have.
get fuck. There was another one that I was like, oh, this is another one.
Girl is fantastic.
That
Beyonce,
one.
yeah, that's like one of my favorites of theirs. It's my female empowerment song I listen to. I pretend I'm a girl when I listen to that song. But that wraps up Start Bench Cuts. Shout out to Destiny's Child. Better discography than Beyonce. You heard it here first. We're now going to get into quickly our last segment, which is not up in my locker room. Not up in my locker room is a chance for us to critique outfits that we saw in the previous week. It was tradition, or it was started as not up in my closet, but we both did Super Bowl outfits for this week. Corinne, we just essentially critique them again. Disclaimer: I'm not a fashionista. I don't think Corinne classifies herself as a fashionista. But go ahead and tear these rich people apart, Corinne. Who you got this week?
Wide receiver Mack Hollins. Man, get the and you know what? I really tried to. I was like, you know what? Let me look into this. Maybe he's trying to make a political statement about
That's what I thought.
the prison pipeline system, and maybe he's trying to really
Get
let
him,
people
Mac.
know that black people and black men are
Get
targeted,
him, Mac.
persecuted, and they try to.
Get him, Mac.
That's not what he fucking was doing.
It was not.
He tried to make an attempt to be like, "Oh, I'm an animal. You need to cage me. I'm Hannibal Lecter." And let's start with why the fuck don't you have shoes on?
That's his thing. That's his shtick.
What in the and that's how you know that he's been hanging around too many fucking white people for too long, because that is some white people shit, boy. I ain't never seen a black man run around in 30-degree weather fucking barefoot. And I don't know what he was going for here, because all he's giving is just like runaway slave. Sir, you're barefoot in fucking chains. This is not the message that you wanted to fucking send. And then went out there and flopped for his fucking life with 4 fucking catches and 78 fucking receiving yards. You fucking lost. This was such a waste of time and effort. You should have been in the fucking gym. That's why y'all sucked it up out there and got your asses whooped. This was stupid as fuck. It was dumb. I hate that guy. That's all I gotta say.
A couple of things. I don't disagree with a lot of stuff you said about this outfit. I just feel like going costume is always a bad route. Like unless you are one of the elite players in the league and you know for a fact you're gonna win. I feel like he dressed up in like the Warriors, like the movie The Warriors, like an outfit similar to that last week, like costume based. I'm like, dog, you got to know that you're gonna win these games. Um, I think you're being a little harsh on him in terms of I think he might have been a leading receiver in this game and he did have a really nice touchdown. So you make it seem like he was like trash, which was not the case. This game was offensively challenged. So again, I think he might have been a leading receiver and the
Somebody
touchdown
put
was
the
nice.
fucking somebody put the clamps on his ass.
And first of all, he looks mixed like you. So this might be your brethren because I think this probably the white side got him wearing bare feet, but he's got this whole little series on TV or on YouTube, I think, where he does like random household shit. He's an interesting character, but the costumes is always a bad route.
All
I'm
skin
going.
folk, all skin folk ain't kin folk. That's all I gotta say.
I'm going with Stefon Diggs, the first time, two-time repeater on this segment. Uh, it
We're
looked like
his
he just
number
took
one. We're his number one fans, apparently.
looked like he just took this whole outfit from Cardi B's closet. A couple of things. We talked about the Mr. Aaron hoodies last week from Miss Rachel and how they're super short. This jacket, goddamn it, man, it's a goddamn crop top. He's got a belt buckle that says Snoop. First of all, it looks like he stole your shit from middle school. I didn't know we were doing nameplates. I don't know if he just loves Snoop Dogg so much or if that's a nickname that nobody knows about, but he's got that. Them jeans are so goddamn tight. You know how I know they're fucking tight? He's got his phone in his back pocket. I've never seen a man carry their phone in the back pocket. And if that's what you want to do, cool. But I'd never seen that a day in my life. Once I saw his phone in his back pocket, I was like, yeah, bro, these are like the stone cold jorts just in pants form. He's got some like looks like they're like boots, and he's got the four finger ring. You're not what 50 Cent was hoping to have in what's it called? In what's the song with the game?
Hate it or love it.
Thank God I was blanking on it. You're not Sasha Banks from WWE, like four finger ring, dog. Come on now. Everything about this shit I hate. If I saw him from the back, I would think he was a girl. Nothing wrong with that. You know, if you want to dance a little feminine, but I'm not fearing you in the Super Bowl with your phone in your back pocket, Snoop. Just not doing it. That's it for
Fucking
me.
screaming because the first thing I said was, "Damn, that jacket is little as fuck."
Got that hoe from Baby Gap. Cardi B's closet. Just raided that bitch.
His
Everything that doesn't show his titties, he went and got out of her closet.
his chain is longer than his jacket, Loki.
That's that Jibs chain too, looking super thin, pretty long.
Do your chain hang low ass? You know what is crazy is that we always make the disclaimer like, yo, we not fashionistas. This is a man who would say, I'm a fashionista. And this is the kind of shit he be pulling up with.
My high top slippers on.
Money, you know what? Money can't buy you style. That's all I gotta say.
And that wraps up Not Up in My Locker Room. And you know, we should wrap up this episode before we get cut off. This is episode 49 of Long Lost Pals, a segment show. Appreciate everybody listening to last week's episode. Don't forget, liking, commenting, subscribing supposedly helps us. I don't know how. I mean, we're so low on the ladder. It ain't going to help us big time. But if you do watch, you might as well like it. And if you don't like it, just pretend you did and do us a favor. Do us some charity work, you know. 'Tis not the season of giving anymore, but we will always take gives gifts from our Bangladesh bots. We appreciate y'all, and I don't have.
Tis tis not the season for giving is great.
I said for gives, which is even worse. I can't think of a clever transition for the second week in a row to get to this, but just stay fly, baby. Watch our shit, like our shit, comment on our shit. Hopefully, you actually do like it. But yeah, comment. It's easy. Just like, good job, friends. Shout out to friend mom. She's a serial commenter, although she's been slacking a little bit recently. Comment on our shit. I
I
think
gotta
that's a
get on
big
my
thing.
fans. I'll talk to them.
I listen to podcasts and they're like, yeah, make sure you comment. So it must be important because I don't know how technology works. But apparently Chat GPT, big donator to the Trump campaign. I'm already against AI, but now I'm even more against AI. Well, not Trump campaign, Trump in general. Stay fly. That's all I got. I'm ranting. 'Tis the season for gives. We're out.